Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Kerbal Space Program. I apologize for the massive delay between episodes. Basically what happened is about 2 weeks ago I got massively sick with the worst head cold ever, and basically put me out of commission for basically a week and a half, and finally I went to the doctor 2 weeks ago. He told me I had a bad case of sinusitis and gave me some antibiotics, which I normally never go to the doctor for something like a head cold, but this was like the worst one I ever had. So basically I didn't really feel up to recording, and plus you probably didn't want to hear me making all sorts of gross sniffly sounds, so I kind of figured I'd spare you guys from that. But I am a little bit better today. I do apologize if I do, however, make some sniffly, sneezy sounds. I'll try to do the best I can to not direct it at the mic. But anyway, here I am back again with another episode. Now, what I've actually done is I've made a lot of changes to the texture packs that I've been using. I basically got rid of the Astronomer's Visual pack, and instead I opted to install the Scatterer mod, which I hear really great things about. I hear that it's just fantastic looking mod, and I've seen a lot of pictures and it does look amazing. So I've installed that, and I've also just installed the basic environmental visual enhancements mod as well. I do also have the Planet Shine mod and the Kerbal Engineer Redux, of course. So it's gonna be a little bit of a change in terms of how the game looks, but kind of felt like it was time for a change anyway. So here we are in the Kermes, and we are inbound towards Eve here. We have ourselves a nice 390,000 basically orbit, or not quite orbit yet, but we're gonna have a little flyby of Eve. Now I'm gonna try to do some aero capture or aerobraking maneuvers. Now of course it's been a long time since I've actually come in to do an aero capture of Eve, so it might take me a couple quote-unquote computer simulations, if you will. So we will just go ahead and fly the Kermes, and we'll do the best we can to hopefully get ourselves into some kind of safe orbit by using engine braking, and hopefully we don't destroy anything on the spacecraft. So, ooh, wow, holy crap, that looks new. That's got to be the result of the Scatterer mod, I'm sure of it. That's the way that the sun looks. This is the first time I'm playing since installing these mods, and there's Eve right there. So I have no idea what this stuff's gonna look like, but so far it looks pretty neat. So here we are in the Kermes, and let's just go to the map, and now we're at 390,000. We are gonna bring that in. I'm just kind of guesstimating here. Let's try. Oh, we don't want to try that. We don't want to actually crash right into the planet. We want to actually try to do some sort of smart aero capturing here. So let's try something. Let's see. Eve's atmosphere starts at 100, I believe. If that's wrong, I'm sorry. So let's try for something like maybe. I'm gonna try something maybe like 78. If that's too extreme, we can always back out and try it again. So let's pull up our little thing here. Basically what I want to do is get ourselves into like an elliptical, is that the right word? Yeah, kind of like an eccentric orbit where we kind of go far out, because what I want to do is adjust our inclination, and the best time to do that is when you're far away from the body of mass. So basically what I want to do is get the main Kermes body into a pretty equatorial orbit, and what I want to do is I want to release the probes in the middle here, kind of when we're far out in the orbit, and adjust that inclination so that I can get at least the orbiter probe in a polar orbit while maintaining a nice equatorial orbit. Man, I can't get over how cool that sun looks. It is kind of more realistic because you gotta figure, I think, when you're actually in space, the sun is actually white. It's not really yellow. That's kind of just a result of how it looks on the planet. Anyway, so we're gonna make this little maneuver here. I'm just gonna kind of watch it over here and watch till that periapsis gets. I'm just gonna guess for. I'm gonna try 78, and if that's completely wrong, then we can always try again. Let's say that this is our Computer simulation. Because in all honesty, I'm not that good at this game to where I can just eyeball it and get it right on the first try. So we'll try right about there. We'll run the computer simulation as you have it. So let's see. We are gonna just tell the computer to warp us in. Come on. To right about here, if it'll let me. Yep, here we go. Okay, what is this? Getting a bit of lag. Okay, that was annoying. Oh, here we go. That was strange. It looked a little weird on the outside, but anyway, let's warp it in a little more. What I kind of want to do is, yeah, we're going to point this thing to the retrograde and press the 1 key. Just got to turn the lights on so I could see. And that'll bring our solar panels in. And I thought I bound the thermal cooling things to 1 as well, but apparently it doesn't feel like working right now. That's okay, so we'll retract all the radiators. Now hopefully the radiators we have on the outsides will do a good job dissipating some of the heat. Because it is a little bit... I'm a little scared of this, to be honest with you. Eve's atmosphere is much, much thicker. So who knows, you know, what'll happen here. Alright, we're coming around here. Okay, maybe it doesn't start at all. Okay, so Eve's atmosphere starts at about 90, I'm guessing there. So let's get her warped in, and we're already getting some heat on the engine right there. Ooh. Lots of heat. I am worried about this. This is not good. Oh, this is already bad. We're not even 80 kilometers in there yet, and it's gonna blow up. Holy crap. Oh, so that didn't go well, and you know, I don't think these are really doing much, these radiators here. Wow. We went... Oh! Everything's blowing up now. Oh, this is not good. Oh, these poor Kerbals. Oh, God, no. Oh, no. What a disaster. What a disaster this is. Will anything survive? I'm gonna just say no. I'm gonna just... Oh, God, these poor guys. Oh, my goodness. This is a disaster. Oh, these poor guys. Oh, we've lost him. Oh, they're all dead now. Okay. Okay, so that doesn't work. 78 was apparently way too far in, which is actually quite alarming. That was like barely in there. I am surprised, to be honest with you. So let's I guess we can't go that deep. Can't go that deep. Let's try I'm just gonna do a little RCS. Come on, point to the node. Come on, you little bastard. Alright, so 78, not good. Let's bring it to, let's see, we'll just press N to back up a bit. Heck, I'm wondering, like 85 maybe might be okay. Heck, let's try it. A little quick save, and yep, we'll just put that in. So 85 is the new periapsis. Let's warp her in there. You can get a glimpse of Eve right there. There's Gilly zooming by right there. So she still does look pretty cloudy, which is pretty nice. I always liked how the Astronomer's Visual Pack handled Eve. Made it look like just super dense, super cloudy, which is basically accurate. That's pretty much how planet Venus really is. Just a thick soup of clouds. You know, another thought just occurred to me too is, you know, we did use this ship going to Duna in our last series. I'm wondering, you know, we did a great deal of engine braking, or rather aerial braking on Duna as well. I'm wondering if this engine is just beat up. If it's just beat, I don't know, like if damage from overheating stays, if it's persistent, or if it kind of like will basically go back to normal, or is this thing like, can it not tolerate as much heat because of Duna? I'm not really sure. If anybody does know, feel free to leave a comment, let me know. I do get a lot of comments from you guys, which is good. I appreciate that. You guys kind of, you know, let me know when I miss things, or, you know, stuff that I kind of oversee. Somebody commented on my other video the other day that the music was too loud, which I hadn't really considered that. I thought that it was at a decent level, but I could see how the music would be distracting if you're trying to listen to what I'm saying. So I did end up lowering it a little bit. Hopefully it's more reasonable now. But okay, so now we're coming in here. I'm wondering now if 85 is going to be enough. I mean, we're basically almost already on the way out again. This is interesting. We're just kind of getting a red glow. No fireworks yet, but it is glowing, which is a little odd. It's just kind of glowing. So, you know, the problem with this is now it's like we're not really aerobraking at all. I mean, we are a little bit, but like how much more would we need to get like something like this? 163. It's like we're not even doing anything. And we're already on the way out, so that I'm gonna say is not good either, obviously, because although the engine didn't blow up, we didn't really do anything. So what was that I picked? 85? That's no good, so we gotta go back. Gotta try another one. Oh, okay, kitty. The cat decided to just sit right on the mouse. No, kitty, you cannot sit directly on my mouse. I know it's a mouse and you like to eat mouses, but that cannot happen. Oops, I got rid of the maneuver node. I think it was just over here. Yes. Okay, so let's try. So we gotta go a little deeper. It's like, it's such a fine line. Like 78 was way too deep. 85 was too shallow. So would 80 be good? I don't think so. I'm gonna try 81. Yeah, let's try 81. It's so like, it's so finicky. It's gotta be just right. I'm wondering if we even can do this. It might like not even be possible to aerobrake Eve anymore. Of course, don't take my word on that. I'm sure it is possible. I'm also again wondering if my engine's just shot from Duna. You know, who knows? That could be the case. If that is the case, that kind of sucks for me, because that means I'm going to have to do a lot more work with the engine than I actually want to do. And I would, you know, rather not have to do that. But I think I came prepared with a good amount of fuel, so I'm not going to worry, you know, too much about having to use the engine. Let's just see. So something like this maneuver, that's fine. I'm not really worried about crashing into Gilly. So all we really need to brake is about 200 meters per second worth of delta V. So what I might start doing is burning a little beforehand just to help it out a little bit. Like, let's see. So it's gonna say it's gonna take about just a little over 3 minutes. So I might just start braking very soon. fact, I'm gonna light it up right now. Well, maybe I'll wait a little bit. I'll wait till we're actually in there. Yeah, let's do it now. So we'll just look at the thermal stats here. The hottest part, of course, is the Nerva, the engine. Critical temperature, I guess if it reaches that number, it'll explode. That's my guess. Oh my goodness, now we're really... Oh god. Oh boy. We're gonna lose some stuff. I can't believe... It might have to be like 82. Yep, we're gonna lose the engine. Damn. Damn. That is unfortunate. This is gonna be harder than I thought it was. And like the frustrating thing is like we're not really braking that much. So it's like we really can't rely on the atmosphere too much. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Because even if nothing exploded, look at that, it's barely helping. You know what I really wish they'd come out with is like a big like deployable shield, like something that kind of like will deploy around the front, and like a deployable heat shield, so that when you're done with it, you know, it'll protect you, and then you can, you know, jettison it and let it go. That would be neat. Kind of something like if you guys ever saw 2010 Space Odyssey, the sequel to 2001, when they did the aero capture around Jupiter, they had some kind of like deployable heat shield just for that purpose, and then they kind of let it go when they didn't need it anymore. But anyway, let's so 80, let's see, 85 didn't work and 81 didn't work, which is what we just tried. So it's gonna have to be like 82.5 or something weird like that. Let's see here. Oops, wrong way. I even think that's gonna be too much. Try 83, 83.5. Yeah, we'll try that. We'll do one more simulation. Whew, boy. One of these times we're bound to hit the right altitude. If not, I'll just keep trying off camera until I get the perfect one, because I don't want to bore you guys with too many failed attempts. I'm sure that's not very good entertainment. Not very good YouTubing. I will probably look that up too to see if the engine can wear down from using it to aerobrake too much. I'm not sure what that flickering is, but that's kind of annoying. I do remember them saying that the scatter mod was a little glitchy, so I'm not really sure if that's what that is or what. So retrograde one more time, and we will try to get this right. Put the maneuver, pull it a little, come on. I don't know if you can hear, my cat is howling in the background for some reason. She just likes to do that. It's kind of annoying. What do you gotta do, huh? What do you gotta do? Alright, so I'm gonna approximately burn it, probably around the 1 minute mark. Right around here, I'll start the burn. And hopefully, this time, we won't explode, but yet we'll still hopefully get a nice aerobrake. It's gonna put us on ×2, just to speed us along a little bit. And we are just entering the upper atmosphere now, and it's like immediately the engine's overheating. Like, that's just amazing. So that really illustrates just how thick the Eve atmosphere is. And now we're at 83.5 approximately. Let's see if this, it looks like we're still gonna overheat. I might just turn the engine off. Is it gonna hold? I'm just gonna go ahead and say no. Come on, baby, hold. We're already on the way out. This might be the one. Yep. This is the one. Of course, we didn't do much aerobraking, but, you know, I'll take that. That's better than exploding. And we only have 86 more to go, so I think we're going to go with that. I think we're going to go with that. And we're already out of the atmosphere again, so that was kind of pointless. But what are you going to do? We still have, all said and done, about 13 minutes of burning left, so I think that's okay. And are we? We're almost there. Okay. We can pretty much, we'll cut it off there. Okay, perfect. So, what do we want to do here? What should we do? What I'm gonna do is, let's see, I want to put the ship in basically a, whatchamacallit, a bit more of equatorial, a bit more of an equatorial orbit here, which that looks a little better, I think. It's hard to tell. It's, it's hard to tell. Unless I'm just completely off with this. Yeah. I can't really see the dotted lines. That's kind of annoying. But it looks a little better, doesn't it? I think that looks pretty good right there. So we'll do two things. We'll put the ship in an equatorial orbit, and then I'm going to deploy the probes, and I'm going to get the one orbiter probe into a polar orbit out here. Hopefully we have enough fuel to do that. I haven't really tested this design fully, so I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants, literally. Come on. I hate how it like hops around. Guessing that's close. Okay. So we will warp not to the next maneuver. I kind of want to leave some room. Oh, we should deploy the panels again. Yes. Can't forget to do that. If we forget to do that, then we will be stuck. Yeah, so those radiators on the side didn't really do anything. They kind of are useless. But, you know, it's cool. We get a nice view of the glitchy surface of Eve. I thought it would be a little nicer than that. It looks kind of shitty. I don't know if that's the environmental visual enhancements or if that's the scatterer mod. But one of the mods is freaking out. That looks shitty. Not sure what's going on there. It's kind of freaking out. And I definitely installed them correctly, you know. And they're all updated. It's all the newest versions of them, so I don't know what's happening there. I was looking at the notes, and it did say Scatterer was kind of glitchy, so maybe that's what that is. Who knows? Anyways, I'm just going to start that burn right now. Okay, so let's take a look. Inclination is 4, so it's still not quite right. Oh, and it's getting worse, actually. So what do we need to do to make it better? Like, it looks decent. What I really wish it would show me was the ascending and descending nodes, but I don't know. It's kind of something we have to guess or eyeball. And it's hard to do when we're like way out here. But you know, I'm not too terribly concerned with the main ship being perfect. What I am concerned about is the probes. So what I'm going to do now is basically I'm going to get rid of them. Let's see. So we're going to decouple or undock this. I'm just going to jet away from it just a little bit. Okay, and just basically stop it. It's pretty close. Yeah, that's pretty close. We'll go to this thing and we will uncouple this. Oh, that was a little shaky there. Get this thing out of the way. Okay. And I want to fly this thing now. So we will just... I'm just going to kind of get it out of the way. That's a pretty picture right there. Yeah, I mean, I gotta be honest with you. So far, I'm not impressed with, I don't know which one is freaking out, EVE or Scatterer, but one of them is freaking out. It kind of looks shitty. Not gonna lie. I mean, it's possible that I installed it wrong, but I don't really think that's the case. I think it's just kind of bugging out. Who knows? Who knows? I'll mess around with it a little bit, see if I can get it working. If not, maybe I'll try Interstellar again. Who knows? Maybe they fixed some of the bugs that were causing it to crash. Not really sure why I couldn't get it to work before, but it just was not working. Locked, that's what I want, yep. Oops, I think I bumped it. Yep, I definitely bumped it. Docking the hot Jupiter way. Oh, now I've just totally mucked it all up. You guys are probably like, come on, man. What a noob. If you're new to the channel, I promise I can do this better. I'm just kind of having a bit of an off day today. You're like, sure you are. There we go. That'll do it. Come on, get in there, you little bastard. There we go. Okay. This is a lot lighter now, and that'll make our return trip a lot better. We've gained a crap load of Delta V, so that's nice. And so, okay, how can we get this thing into a polar orbit? Actually, what I'm going to do is I'll keep the lander on this kind of orbit, but I'll take the whatchamacallit, I'll take the other craft. So we'll separate this. Lots of little pieces. Hopefully they don't crash into each other. I'll just kind of keep this thing facing normal. And this thing is fully, you know, autonomous. It's got solar panels. You know, it's got all the little science doodads, which are pretty useless in this mode, but let's go ahead and just activate. I am way too paranoid to hit space. Even if I did like separate them, it just always seems to whatchamacallit, it just always seems to do everything anyway. It just kind of has a mind of its own, so better to be safe than sorry. I did bind these to action groups. I'm pretty sure it's 3 and 4, or maybe it's 2 and 3. I'll have to refresh myself. But anyway, this will stay just like this. And this guy here, we want to make sure that this is in a polar orbit. Hopefully it has enough delta V. I mean, I think 2,000 meters per second should be fine for that kind, type of thing. So let's go ahead. Let's see what we can do here. To get ourselves in this polar orbit. Now, because we're doing it so far away, look at that. It barely will take anything. It's basically already there. So this is what I wanted. Yeah, this is okay. We will have to do some correctioning. But we'll start with this. Hopefully we won't smash into anything. That one's over there. This one's over there. So I think we'll be okay. Just gonna do a little quick. Oh, and we're already pretty much there. So we're shooting away from everyone else. We did do that a little early, but that's okay. See you later, guys. Hopefully I'm doing this right. I can't even find Eve anymore. There it is. There's our orbit spinning around there. And that's close, pretty much. Inclination 87. We want that to say 90. There it is. So that is a polar orbit right there. That's what we got. Now, the other thing we'll have to do is try to pull this orbit in now. That's the only other, problem that we're going to have. Not really a problem, but, the next order of business. I'm just curious, how much delta V? Bring that into, like, I don't think it has to be too particularly low. Like, thinking maybe we'll try 200 for now. So that's only going to take 1100. And of course we can always try another aero capture maneuver, but to be honest with you, I'm kind of worried that that's going to be shitty, so to speak. Let's see what we'd have to do. I'm just going to get rid of this for a sec. Put a maneuver here. Oops, put it like right there. What altitude should we go at? Oops. Oops. 120. I can kind of eyeball it. So we're going to have to do a whole nother set of computer simulations here for this one. But I'll kind of try to trim it down to the most interesting ones. So, yeah, let's see. That node's going to be in an hour pretty much. So I do want to get that close to the node. Get us there, computer. Okay, there we go. So let's see. We don't even need this. I'm just going to basically eyeball it with the RCS. Now, let's see. With the bigger ship, 85 was too... not deep enough. 82 was too deep for that ship. I'm not even sure how this little bugger's going to fare. Let's try... Well, let's go with 82. Let's see what that does. This ship might fare a little better because it's smaller, more compact. We'll try 83. Let's try that. All right. So let's go ahead and get this guy. Now we're circling this way, right? So we're going to warp to right about here. Oh, shit. I just realized something really important. We have to make sure that these ships are at the proper altitudes. Whew, that was close. I almost just screwed the pooch. So, okay. What altitude is this ship at? This ship's going to come in at 100 and... Oh, that's not too bad. 110. That we can keep. I'll keep that. Basically, I'll keep this ship orbiting. And do all the corrections with the probe first, and then I'll do all the other Kermes stuff. And there's the Eve probe. Let's switch to that one real quick. Come on. Come on. Oh, you gotta love this game. No, I want to switch to it. Oh, dang it. Come on. There we go. Thank you. I swear, this game like just decides to work sometimes, and then other times it just decides not to work. So this ship is going to come in. I'm just going to double check at 92. I'm just going to pop that out just a little bit more. I'm just going to pop that out to 100 just in case it, decides to deorbit or whatnot. So, okay. I feel okay with that. Hopefully Gilly doesn't swing around and kill us. I don't think it will, though. So, yeah. Let's go back to this. We're coming in at 83. That should be probably pretty good for us. So let's go ahead now. I feel safer about warping in there. So the goal now is to bring this apoapsis in without destroying the ship. Seems easy enough, right? Alright. It's never easy with KSP. And there's another lag spike. That's nice. I love when that happens. Hey, look at that white spot. I don't like that. That looks ugly. I don't know what that is. Fairly certain I installed everything right. I have said that already. I'll just shut my trap until I figure it out. We'll warp in a little more. Alright. So we'll press the 1 key to pull the lag spike. Lag spike. Where's the 1 key? Thank you. I'll point this thing retro. It's mad retro, dude. And let's see if this thing will basically effectively pull in without exploding. So again, we want about something about like that. So we have 2,500 left. We can definitely spend that much. I'm not really worried about it too much. So if it turns out that we end up exploding, that's fine with me. I don't really care. We can afford to, basically... Oh, look at this. Oh, my goodness. This is already too much. Yep, this is already too much. I think it's already too much. I'll help it a little bit. Just in case. Clampatron looks like it's about to explode. But hey, who needs the Clampatron? We're done with the Clampatron. Oh, that was okay. That wasn't too bad. It'll take another minute, basically. Yeah. That was actually pretty good. I'll accept that. And we're still just about at the 90-degree polar orbit. That's fine. Let's see, there's the Kermes coming in here. Just follow that maneuver node. Pull this thing to about 200. Oh, right about there. Okay. And then when we get to here, we are going to just want to circularize. There it is. I don't know what it is today. I'm getting like mad lag spikes. Maybe it's the new mods I installed. Who knows? It's probably eating up a little more memory. Beautiful. At least the sun looks cool. I don't know if I like this lens flare. It's kind of annoying. It's a little too extreme for me. It's a little J.J. Abrams, if you ask me. Oh, and we're at the node. We're just gonna fire it up. You gotta make those sounds. And we're coming around the big ugly white spot now. Okay. 189 by 200. Not too shabby. Yeah, we'll keep it at that. That's fine. So let's go ahead and we'll put the panels back out again. And just for good looks, we'll put the solar panel out. Not the solar panel, the communication dish. Ooh, that looks pretty nice, actually. That looks pretty cool. Kind of taking some screenshots here. Ooh, and there's the nice planet shine mod. Shining that nice purple from the planet there. Alright, now, how do we do this? We just kind of deploy. Now that looks neat. It's our little scan probe there. It's kind of big and clunky, kind of ridiculous looking, but it does clip a little bit. But hey, you know, what are you gonna do? Perform orbital survey. Transmitting. Did use a bit of power, but that's okay. We have enough things. Okay, receives data for Eve. So how do we use it? I think we hit... Right? How does it actually work? I've never actually had to do this before. Do we get to see like any sort of map? Or is it just like how to work? How to do? Is it just too cloudy? Is that what the problem is? Can we not see it? That might be the problem. Might be too cloudy on Eve, that's great. I mean, this was never intended to be actually functional. I don't know anyone in their right mind that would try to mine from Eve. You can't even get down there and pull anything off to come back in the orbit again. But this was kind of just like a proof of concept. Like, can we do it? Yes, we can. Of course we can. So that's pretty much that part of the old thing there. And let's see. The next thing that we could do is we can go over to the lander, Eve probe. Actually, let's rename this thing. Here we go. Rename vessel. We'll call this the Eve or scanner, I guess. Let's see. Eve orbital scanner. There we go. Eve orbital scanner. That sounds a little more professional. We'll switch over to the Eve probe, not the Kermes, the Eve probe. And we'll change that to the Eve lander probe. Surface probe. There we go. That sounds professional. Hopefully we can get this thing landed without exploding as well. Rename it to the Eve surface probe. It's not really a scanner. Okay. So the next order of business, which we'll probably do in the next video because this one's kind of dragging on a little bit, we will maneuver this thing. We'll kind of pull this orbit in a little bit because I think flying in at this speed will just be way too fast to we'll probably burn the hell up, and I don't want to burn up. So we'll probably do another aerobrake maneuver, pull it into about the same, maybe 200, maybe 100, and we will descend from there. And that will hopefully I can do it right. It won't come in too harsh. I think the last time I landed anything on Eve was before damage from re-entry, before re-entry damage. So I actually am not sure of the proper angle. But can always do computer simulations, and I'm sure we'll figure that out. But we will do that in the next episode. Look at how shitty that looks. Hopefully I'll have that all sorted out by the next episode. So I'll see you then in the next episode. Thanks for watching, people.